Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I hope everyone is doing well. This is a Cancer check in because I would like to know how my fellow Cancerians are doing. Most people say that Cancers are defensive, and we are defensive when someone is trying to hurt us in some form or fashion. Who wants to be hurt? No one said ever. They call us emotional, but I beg to differ. I like to say that cancers have very powerful emotions because we care. Most of us are empaths, so we can feel another person's energy, good or bad. We are gentle, right? Cancers are very gentle, very hospitable. Even if you don't care for someone, you treat people with kindness anyway. You are very indirect on things that you need to say or want to say. However, you do try to keep it cute. You try to be kind. Some people would say that cancers are moody, but it's not so much that cancers are moody, it's that we are protecting our peace. There's a lot that we would love to say, but how it comes out is a whole nother story. But that's not on us cancers, that's on another person's ears, is how they hear things. And cancers are very nostalgic, nurturing people. They're very protective of themselves and their families as well. Some people say that cancers are sensitive. Some are sensitive, some are sensitive. So be careful how you handle a Cancerian. And most importantly, cancers are very traditional people, male or female. How are you, Liz? How are you? But cancers are very, very traditional people. You know, cam the cancer is the sign of the crab. The crab is an animal known for both its hard shell that protects a soft interior. So, a lot of people don't understand why cancers are so protective of themselves. They have to be. Because if not, who else is going to protect them but them? So, yes, they are the crab. Yes, they have this hard shell that protects their innermost self, the interior. And cancers have claws that defend and gather food. So not only are they protecting their innermost self, their claws are to defend themselves against people who try to hurt them and to gather food, because what do cancers like to do? Most love to cook because they're nurturing, and they like to cook for their families. Most cancers can really cook, so some of you may be chefs already. Cancers are very methodical and they love traditions. Crabs are a symbol of service, a symbol of loyalty, a symbol of bravery. And for some of you who have watched my videos about the cancer, I discuss how the cancer came to be and how the cancer received the gifts that they do have as being the protector, as being the sign of bravery, you know? And they are very non direct. They take a very non direct approach to confrontation because most cancers don't want to argue. They don't want to fuss and they don't want to fight with anyone. So they try to take that non direct approach to confrontation. They'll walk away, they'll go to the bathroom, they'll take deep breaths, but they go to a place where it can relax them. For cancer, we just had, our full moons, right? And I hope that you all took advantage of it because Cancer, their planetary ruler is the moon, known for its cycles and for reflecting the sun's light. So, Selene was the Greek goddess of the moon, while her Roman counterpart was known as Luna. In astrology, the moon represents feelings, That's why some cancers are empaths and they feel very deeply about others. They do have some unconscious patterns, you know, but most importantly, they have this maternal instinct about them. That's why they love so deeply. So even if you are a Cancer male, you do have a maternal instinct about you, because we all possess both masculine and feminine energies. Females possess masculine energies as well. And that's the beauty of all of us being human beings. We have both masculine and feminine energy. So Cancer males, you have maternal instincts, right? So we are the water element. Cancers are the water element, which embraces the fluid of energy, of emotions, reflection. They go back and they think of good times, happy times. Cancers try not to dive into things that made them sad once upon a time, because they are powerful at moving forward, because they do have a fluid energy of emotion. So, reflection and nonlinear understanding, you know, cancers are sensitive, as people may say, sensitive to the people they love, sensitive to strangers, to other people's energy and emotions. Sometimes Cancer take on other people's hurts and pains, very personal, and they feel responsible for said people, which you have to learn that you're not responsible for anyone but yourself. You feel empathy for people. You have a very deep soulful connection with people, because your energy is so energized when it comes into contact with other energies. So if you walk in a room with a person that's feeling sad, you automatically feel it, and it fuels your energy, because you're ready to step in just to say, hey, what's wrong? How are you doing? You want to be that person that wants to help the next person. But also, Cancer, you have to understand that you cannot save everyone. You understand? You cannot save everyone, but your modality is the cardinal, which loves beginnings and the first stage of a creative project. You love new beginnings. You love to start on new projects, and you do master them all. You want to do so many things. There's this saying that some people are the jack of all trades and master of none. But Cancer, you are the jack of all trades and you are the master of all. So you love to start on projects. You love the first stages of projects. And then sometimes you may take the back seat to make a person feel good, to make them feel like, hey, that they're putting in work when you are the mastermind. You know, Cancers, you encounter stress like anyone else. So when things are not fresh and new, then ooh wee, you get a little stressed out. So now let's go into your personal health. Let's go into the personal health of the crab. You know, despite Cancer being defensive, you are sensitive. Your health is highly influenced by an expansive reservoir of feelings. On some occasions, Cancer, you may become captivated by a sense of moodiness that seems to come from nowhere, while in reality, it springs from the deep sentimental undercurrents that live within all of us. Accepting and expressing these emotions rather than fearing and internalizing them can do wonders for the Cancerian's health. So I'm saying you need to say what you need to say. Get it off your chest. You're not there to try to hurt another person. You need to say everything that you're feeling, because your feelings do matter. You always take the back seat for others, and you feel like every time you try to express yourself, you're being cut off But don't worry about being cut off, because what happens is you're cutting yourself off and you're making yourself sick on the inside, and it will definitely show on the outside. Cancers, you are very intuitive people, often aware of a remedy to help someone. You know, your symptoms of health is when you become imbalanced and you want that transformation. But when you don't have that transformation and fixing it, it becomes a more serious problem. Then there's reason to have concerns. You know, Cancers, you are especially attuned to the cycles of the moon, your planetary ruler. You know, this lunar alignment makes Cancers a creature of habit, whose moods and energy levels and even water retention. So some of you right now may be going through a buildup of water in the body. Some of you may need to go see your doctor so that they can tell you whether or not if you need to be put on water pills. But there are also natural remedies that you can do to dispel this water that is currently filling up the body, whether it be in your feet or your legs, your hands. So right now, Cancer, someone out there has water retention. Water retention. And it's time for you to release. When you are able to release these things that you're holding on to by not saying the things that you need to say, then this heals the body, and then you will have that release of this water retention. And so until you can say what needs to be said to someone, you may need to go and see your doctor, a healthcare professional, because I am not a medical intuitive at all. There are people that are medical intuitives, but I am not one of them at this present time. So you may want to go see a medical intuitive or to go and see your doctor. It's important to relieve this fluid that's currently being built up in the body. You know, the wax wane will be happening throughout the month. So knowing this about yourself is important, and planning your health care strategies. It's time for you to focus on you and to take care of your health at all costs. You know, this wisdom can also provide calming to you, the Cancerian spirit, by helping you to realize that it is often needed rather than something that's predictable. You know, it's needed for you to go to a doctor, could to continue with your healthcare checkups. You know, everything is combated with feelings, deep feelings, feelings of anxiety, hurt, pain, happiness, love, joy. Everything is physical, everything is mental, everything is energy. So the moon in the astrological symbol for the mother, and as such represents feminine energy expressed through instinctive maternal sentiments. So Cancers, male or female, in accordance with your planetary ruler, which is the moon, you possess great nurturing qualities. So it's time for you to nurture yourself. Sometimes we forget about who we are because we're always so ready to jump in and to be a helpmate to others. So it's time for you to take those motherly tendencies about you that you give away so freely, and it's time for you to nurture yourself. So not only do you like to care for others, but you also like to be cared for. So going to the doctor is being cared for. Seeing a medical intuitive is being cared for. But most importantly, you need to give that same love back to yourself, Cancer. So the stomach, I feel like I'm speaking to someone that may have acid reflux, because when you don't speak and feel like you're being heard, when you don't feel like you can speak to someone, that is a part of these health issues. And then some people end up having acid reflux. So the body contains such as the stomach and the sinuses. So some of you may be having sinus problems at this present time. These are the parts of the body that are associated with the cancer, the esophagus, right? Which leads to corrosion when you have acid reflux. If you don't get that taken care of, the passageway through which food enters the stomach. So you see how we're connecting the dots. We're going from the esophagus, right? No, let's back it up. We're going from the sinuses to the stomach to the esophagus. So please, whatever you need to say, do it in the most tasteful way as you do cancer, and speak up. Speak up, because this acid, these digestive juices, this saliva, and other body fluids, this buildup of water is crippling you at this present time. You know, the breast and the womb are the symbols of femininity and nurturance, and this is who you are. And it's time for you to nurture yourself, because I feel like there's a cancer that is suffering from the sinus, the stomach, the esophagus, right? They're retaining water, they're having acid reflux. All of these things are connected, because there's something that you need to say to someone. Because if not, you're going to keep holding it in, and you're going to make yourself sick as you are currently. Once again, I am not a medical professional. I am not a medical intuitive. Do I have skills to read people individually? Slightly, but that's something that I would have to work on more. So, with that being said, this is a collective reading, meaning for Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and also Cancer Rising. But always know that Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer rising, we are not the same. None of those signs are the same, and they cannot be grouped together. But at this present time, I am grouping them together because I have a Cancer cousin that has health issues, that's retaining fluids in the body. Whether your feet are swelling, your legs are swelling, your hands are swelling, but you are retaining fluids in the body. And it's time for you to rid those fluids by going to a doctor. Or if you don't want to go to a doctor, that's your choice. But you can also seek a medical intuitive, or you can do things on your own by changing your diet. But your sinuses are affected. You know, your sinuses are affected. Your esophagus is affected because you keep swallowing everything that you want to say. You keep holding it back. So therefore, that brings in the acid reflux that you have been having symptoms of. So it's time for you to get it together, Cancer, and put yourself first. Put yourself first. It is important that you put yourself first. Healthy eating, healthy eating can do wonders for the body, for anybody's body, any sign's body. But right now, I'm speaking about the Cancer. You know, Cancers, you gravitate towards food when you're feeling upset, when you're feeling saddened. A lot of people don't know that about you, but you are an emotional eater when you feel hurt by something or someone. You gravitate towards food. After all, you are the sign of nourishment and nutrients. So if someone sees you doing unhealthy things, they don't even realize it's because you're going through something internally, because you know the proper things to do for your body. Eating right, you know the proper things to eat, to drink, but you don't do it when you're feeling down. So while food can provide you with comfort, be aware of becoming too reliant on it, because you're only doing it because of this mood that you're in. So possibly ice cream, possibly potato chips, possibly candy, all these junk foods you're doing because you're holding your voice back. You're not saying the things that you need to say. So you're like, okay, the food understands. So I'm going to put all these things in my body that I know aren't good for me because you are the nurturer. You know, you are the mother of the zodiac. You are the nurturer. So you know how to nurture yourself. You know how to nurture yourself. So food is time for you to get your health back in order. You know? Now, vegetables, do it, Cancer. Fermented soy foods, do it. You know, I know, Cancers, you love foods with soothing textures, but it's time for you to nourish the body. You know, so winter squash, that's one of the things that you can go ahead and start embracing. Winter squash. You know, squash are for cancers. You know, squash is one of the foods that cancer people need for their bodies. Vegetables we need. Fermented soy foods, we need those things, you know? And how about also taking some time out for you and having a milk bath? I recently had a milk bath, right? But my milk bath was done for a particular reason, you know, because you know I am a master herbalist as well. But I did the milk bath for a different reason, but enjoy a milk bath, you know. Remember Cleopatra? I don't know if any of you are familiar with Cleopatra, but take her lead and enjoy a luxurious skin softening milk bath, a beauty ritual, you know, which she was known for. She was known to take milk baths all the time. So during this nurturing treatment, this nurturing process of yourself, soak in a tub filled with milk and flour infused waters, or have warm milk poured over your body as you lie in a tub. It's time for you to nurture yourself, Cancer. It's time for you to nurture yourself. You know how they say, bring it on in, bring it on in. Like if you're helping someone back up their car and you're standing behind the truck, but hopefully off to the side, and you'll say, come on back some more, come on back. Wait a minute, you're almost there. Come on back. Now they're in the perfect parking spot. Well, come on back, Cancer. Come on back to yourself. Come on back to who you are authentically. Come on back. Come on back. It's time for you to revitalize. You love new beginnings. This is your new beginning. You know, every day we have new beginnings. Every day that we are blessed to be able to wake up to enjoy life another day, that's a new beginning. You know, let's speak about essential oils. You know that I am a master herbalist, so let me speak about essential oils. You know, oils derived from a flower, a fruit, or a herb is able to not only promote physical well-being, but also explicit positive sentiments, from the joyful to the tranquil, you know, is sure to please the body. So bask in some essential oils. Take in some deep breaths of essential oils such as jasmine, hyssop, sage. Sage is powerful, but take in those deep breaths with these particular smells because it does wonders for the body. Put a little bit in that milk bath in your tub. You know, baby blues, Cancers. Let's speak about flowers. Baby blues, you know. Cancers love baby blues, right? Let us speak about clements, honeysuckles. These are all the things that will relax you because cancers are attracted to these types of things. You know, some of you, I feel like, have been having sleep problems as well, not being able to get the proper rest because you're thinking about something that you want to say. You're thinking about things that you feel like you need to say. But home is so important to a Cancer. Your home environment has to be at peace for you to get the proper rest that you need. When something is off, your whole psyche is off. But home is so important to a Cancer. If the house, if the home, if it feels cozy and peaceful, it helps you to be more at ease and at home within yourself. So to create more tranquility and to help ensure you get good night's sleep, you should treat your bedroom like a sanctuary, a place in which you feel safe and protected. Some of you are not feeling safe. Some of you are not feeling protected at home. However, make sure the decor feels nurturing, that you surround yourself with things that you love and cherish, and that the space is clutter free. So some of you may need to detox your bedroom, hang up some clothes, sweep, mop, dust it, wash your covers, wash your sheets, even spray your pillows with a little lavender, a little eucalyptus, spray your pillowcases, so that you can have a great night's sleep. So that you can have a great night's sleep, because I feel like some of you continuously wake up in the night. I'm sitting at my daughter's school at this present time, so I'm about to head off to the library. But while I was sitting here, I was like, let's speak about cancers. What's going on with cancers? Cancers, I speak about praying. I speak about meditating. I let you all know that I am not a Bible thumper. However, I do know the Bible extensively, from the cover to the back, from the rooter from the front to the back. I know the Bible like any preacher. However, I'm not a Bible thumper. People that pray, they get on their knees and they pray. People that meditate, they sit on their buttocks. So my Cancers, my fellow Cancers, I urge you to sit on the floor with the right side of your body next to a wall and your legs bent and feet on the floor. Lie down so you are in a modified fetal position. Pivot yourself so you are lying on the ground. Straighten your legs and rest them on the wall, scooting your buttocks forward so that you are as close to the wall as possible. Rest your arms out to the sides. Close your eyes and relax for at least 5 minutes every night before going to bed. If you need extra support, place a bolster under your lower back, a pillow, something that makes you comfortable, because this is going to support the legs. This is going to help to draw that fluid away, bring that swelling down. For those of you who have swelling in the feet, we want to bring that swelling down. So those of you who want to do it the natural way, you have to lift those legs up, put them on the wall. Do that so that you will be able to have a restful night's sleep. It's time for you to nurture yourselves, Cancer. And Liz, I will be back tonight for a live, and then I will get into, possibly a love reading. But I just wanted to speak about Cancers, the body, things that are going on at this present time that I felt the need to talk about. But I will be back tonight, possibly around 10:30 p.m. But I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. Liz, I sent you love and light. You're always here when I do my readings. And if you manifested me, here I am. But I will be back tonight. Today, I just wanted to speak about the Cancer's health. I was being urged to speak about the health, the health, the health. So that's the way that I wanted to go with this reading. The health. Someone needs to take care of themselves. It's time for them to nurture them, because they're always nurturing others, making sure that everyone else is okay in their own right. But it's time to bring it on back, Cancers, it's time to bring it on back so that you can center yourself. Here I am out in nature. It's time to get grounded. So possibly take your shoes off, take your socks off, and become one with nature. Take that milk bath like Cleopatra, right? A lot of people feel like the milk bath is just for beauty, but it's not. It's to relax. Some people do spells with milk baths as well. They're used for many different things, right? My preferred method of a milk bath would be goat milk. So, everyone to each his own. However, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I thank you and I send you nothing but love and light.